Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. And let's jump straight into the video that we've had. But having said that, we could also have a fake out and a drop down, right? So we could just bait everyone into thinking that we're breaking to the upside and we're going to carry out this target. Instead, we just drop back down and we retest the next support level below. So that's also something to keep in mind. And I would be very cautious trading right now because once Bitcoin is at these very low prices, the bottom is very near and you don't want to sell something and watch the markets, recover and make a 10x in 2 days, figuratively speaking. So I would just say be careful. You're better off just staking, or if you feel confident and you want to swing trade, then that's fine. Or for example, if you want to take profits and just get out of a certain crypto, you can do that on a relief rally as well, obviously. But if you're holding a token near and dear to your life and you know that the project is going to do a 20x in the next 2 years, I would suggest just not swing trading it, because the 50 bucks you're going to make on that swing trade is not worth what you're going to make, at the end of the day when the bull market arrives. So just remove that from your portfolio, stake it somewhere, move it to a cold storage, just don't have it hanging on your centralized exchange, because you will get that, you will get that desire to start swing trading, which I've gone through that. I know what it feels like, but yeah, it's better off to play it safe. So yeah, this is the 4-hourly chart. We are above the 20 EMA over here. So short term, it does seem like we could be a little bit bullish here. So I would potentially target this level over here at $9. So from where we are right now, we would potentially see a nice 15% move to the upside. So if you're looking for a nice little short term trade, potentially, once we break above, this could be a nice entry, but only after we break out, obviously, and you buy off of the support once you see the back test. If that is going to happen, obviously, if you're a bit more risky, you can buy in right now. And to be clear, I'm not talking about leverage trading. I don't recommend leverage trading. I don't leverage trade myself. I stay away from that completely. So I only do spot trading. And yeah, if you want to buy here on spot, regardless, buying at these prices, this is very cheap for Moonriver. So we're not going to even, dive into that, because if you're, seeing Moonriver below $10 and you're debating whether it's a good price or not, well, you probably haven't done your research into the project. So yeah, if we see a strong breakout here, then potentially we could see $9 within the next couple of days if we see a relief rally. But like I said, if Bitcoin continues dropping here and Bitcoin just printed a new bottom, then things aren't going to be looking for altcoins. But you can see that we are bouncing off of the 55 EMA on the 4-hourly chart. So this was a very good exit for anyone entering off of this support trend line here on in this falling wedge. So for example, if you entered over here, then to that 55 EMA, there was almost a 10% trade. So this is how I use the EMAs, and this is how I use these patterns for these nice little short-term trades that you could have. My Moonriver is currently being staked on the Nova wallet, and I'm not, swing trading it currently. I still want to buy just a bit more. I'm waiting for my paycheck to arrive because the prices are dropping once again, and I'm still waiting for my paycheck. It never works out the way you want, but still, I'm gonna be buying into this dip, and hopefully we don't start pumping within the next 2 days, because I still want, like I said, I want to buy in at these prices. But I wouldn't be worried about the markets. They're not going anywhere. Don't, put all your money into this thing right now, because believe it or not, markets are probably going to go even lower from here, especially if we have more bearish news coming from FTX or from any other crypto entity that may go bankrupt in the next couple of months. So there is still that little window for black swan events until we get to spring, because I think once we get to spring, that's when we're going to start printing higher highs. I talked about this many times on the channel before, so let's not dive into too deep into that. So the 4-hourly RSI here is looking okay. We're sitting at the index of 52, almost 53, so kind of neutral. if you were to go all the way up here to the overbought above the index of 70, that's where I would start taking some profits or maybe selling if you were looking for a short-term trade, just like you went overbought here in the beginning of October, at the beginning of November, and potentially, you know, maybe at the beginning of December, you're going to be sitting at these levels. So that is potentially where you could buy back in. And obviously, if you drop in lower and you retest this this low here that you printed at the beginning of November, just like you did here in the middle of October, these are good buying opportunities. So that's something to keep an eye on. And the Fibonacci retracement that I have here on the chart is with the swing high up here at the one that we printed in November, at the beginning of November at $13. And then you have your swing low here that you printed in October. And our 1.618 target is here at $7.24. And for now, we have reached that and we're holding this level for now. So this is good. This is good. We've had this since the last update that we did a week ago. And I think that was, what's today's November 21st, I want to say. So November 14th is when we did that last update. So yeah, we were sitting somewhere here November 14th. We saw another 12% move down. And from that 1.618 to the 55 EMA on the 4-hourly, that's a 12% trade. So as you can see, you had multiple chances here to enter at these support levels that I gave you previously. And you could have taken profits at the 55 4-hourly EMA. And like I said, if you want to wait a little bit longer and you don't mind, you know, waiting even if it drops, $9 is going to be a nice exit here for Moonriver, because we may just start pumping and this level might hold us back down because this was the previous support level here. So we might get rejected from that level without actually going all the way up to our technical target here. So that's regarding the 4-hourly chart on Moonriver. And I do want to switch over to the Binance website. So taking a look at the daily chart here, as you can see, our bear pennant is playing out right now perfectly, I would say, because we do have this target to the downside. And from where we are breaking out right now, November 17th, we do have a target at $5.70. So that's going to be a level we're going to be targeting here for Moonriver. I do think there is a good chance we might get there. So if you want to set up your buy limit orders in advance, no one's going to stop you. You're going to be a smart smart person if you do that, because if we see that large capitulation, that quick instant capitulation, and you have those orders ready, perfect, you're set, you're good to go, because within a week, you're probably going to see a 50% move to the upside. So even then you can take profits and sell. But if you're holding for the long term and you don't mind waiting for the next 2 years, you know, for the next bull market, then you're going to make bank on Moonriver. In my personal opinion, this is not a financial advice. I am still buying Moonriver. I have Moonriver and I will keep buying Moonriver. This is a very, very good project. So as you can see, we're dropping out of the pennant and we are slowly but surely making our way back down. So yeah, I would say potentially we could see a relief rally all the way to the 20 EMA here, because we haven't tested that since November 10th. Right, so we may see a little bit of a relief rally there, get suppressed back down by the 20 EMA sometime, you know, maybe November 26th. And then you get pushed back down and you create a lower low, essentially, because that's what you do in a downtrend. Also, I would keep in mind this support block, or previous support block, now turned resistance from $10.68 to $9.80. This was a pretty important level that we created in June. We back tested it here in October. We had a little move to the upside from there, ran into the $12 resistance, and we got capitulated all the way down here in November. So we really haven't retested that block as resistance yet. So potentially that could be on its, you know, incoming as well. And that lines up perfectly with our falling wedge target as well. So potentially that's something to keep in mind. But overall, Moonriver is in a very, very good spot to dollar cost average in right now. If you take a look at the daily RSI, you can see that we are very near the oversold level. So this is very cheap based on the RSI. The momentum is down. Bears are winning. But the MACD is sort of trying to print a bullish cross here, which could be your buying indicator. But then again, I wouldn't really pay attention to the MACD in this sort of scenario here, because you have to look at Bitcoin and you have to look at other indicators that would, you know, and use your logic, obviously. So even if the MACD does print a bullish cross here, that doesn't mean we're going to see an uptrend here, okay? So the MACD is a lagging indicator. So tomorrow we could see this thing just reverse back down, and we could see a potentially, you know, an EMA squeeze here, and the EMAs just go back down. So that's something, you know, to know. And the daily stochastic here, as you can see, we're back down below the index of 20. So we're very, very oversold. And this is a great buying opportunity, even if you're looking for a short to midterm. Like I said, just like you were here from August till October, you were good to dollar cost average and take profits here when you got a bit overextended in November. So yeah, that should cover everything for Moonriver. Like I said, there is really not a lot to talk about when prices are dropping and you know, this steep. You know, all I can say is to just buy, because that's what I'm doing, and I'm not a financial advisor, obviously, but you know, there is really nothing else to do in these markets during these capitulations. I'm very happy that the prices are going down, because as long as we're going down, I can keep buying in until we get to the bull market, until we get to spring, because I think spring is when things start turning a bit more bullish for crypto in general. So that should cover it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.